Oh yes, it's here. Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly pre-order video. Before I go on to the pre-orders, which there are a few that I'm very excited about, let me just start off with the news. And that is that unfortunately, if you're after a Tyranid Carnifex brood, it's now out of stock again. It was out of stock for a while, then it was in stock for a couple of days, and it's back out of stock. And also, if you're after an Exocrine, still out of stock. I think we're running up at 3 weeks, maybe a month now. Hive Guard are now out of stock, and the Hive Tyrant is nowhere to be seen. No longer available, so I don't know what's going on with the Hive Tyrant. So yeah, Tyranids are still difficult to get hold of. But despite all that, let's hop on over to Forge World and have a look at Forge World's pre-orders for this week. So, what they've got on here is they've got that you can save money on your Warlord Titan. Always a good thing to save money, especially if you're dropping over £1,000 on a single miniature. Also, there is this New Year's Open Day, Saturday 6th of January for £5, and I think that you get access to the exhibition as well. I'm not going to the Open Day. I went to 3 events this year in 2017. I do live a fair distance away from Nottingham and Coventry, which is where the Warhammer Fest was as well this year. So I think I've had my fill of sort of events. And also the fact that I wasn't able to grab tickets for the Forge World February event. They were sold out very quickly, and obviously there's a preferential sale to people that have gone before rather than getting new visitors in. Wasn't able to get the chance to go to that event either. So won't be attending that or the Forge World one in February, but they've got a little ticket there for you, £5, and then obviously the t-shirt. So if we just go on to new, here we go. So no new releases as such. There's a New Year's Open Day ticket, and then there's a sort of made Lucius Alpha Pattern Warlord Titan, which is there, £1,150, most expensive miniature they do. I call it a miniature, it's not really a miniature. It's quite frustrating in a way, and I might be nitpicking, but £1,150. So on Forge World's main website, it says save money on your Warlord Titan, so they're advertising it as saving money, but then when you look into the description, it doesn't actually say how much you save. Which is just silly. If you're going to advertise something that it's saving you money, put how much it's going to save you. Otherwise, you might as well just not put that it's saving you money, because people will be able to work that out themselves. So what I will do now is I'll just work out how much you'll save, because Forge World can't be bothered to themselves. So what we've got here, a Lucius Alpha Pattern Warlord Titan head, which is there, £62. You've got the Sun Fury Plasma Annihilator, which is £88. You've got the Mars Pattern Warlord Titan Laser Blasters, which are £115, and then you've got the Warlord Titan Arioch Power Claw for £98, and then you've got the Warlord Body for £930. Now I've had a word with MathsCat. She did some quick maths, and she came back to me and told me that if you were to buy it all separately, rather than this bundle for £1,150, all of the parts would cost you £1,293. So you are saving £143 by getting this loadout. But of course you are then limited to just this loadout. But that £143, hey, that could go towards another Plasma Annihilator. It could go to another Volcano Cannon, and actually it could almost go to get another head and a Volcano Cannon. Almost. You can almost get. So whichever way you look at it, you are getting an extra weapon for free by getting this pattern of Warlord Titan. However, you are stuck with that head. They're like cars. You know, some people may really like that head. Other people may not. But at least I've brought you all of the numbers and things which may help you decide whether you want to go with this loadout. Like I said, you could buy another Volcano Cannon. It's just a shame that Forge World haven't built on this and created lots more weapons. This model has been out for over 2 years now, and all we've really seen is a Power Fist you know, the missiles came out not long after. The Sun Fury, I think, came out last year. It's the most expensive model. I hazard a guess that over 1,000 people own one, and they've probably magnetized their weapons. It's a bit like the Reaver Titan Debasco, where they took ages and ages bringing out a volcano cannon for that. And there's still weapons that they don't have. The carapace weapons, you're just stuck with that Apocalypse missile launcher. Plenty of people want plasma blast guns on it, the laser destroyers on it, but they just haven't followed up, which is a real shame. But I hope they do, you know, because they have released an awful lot of products over the last year or two. Anyway, I'm going off on a massive tangent and rant. So going back to the pre-orders and things. So like I say, you've got the Warlord Titan Lucius, which saves you £143. The New Year's Open Day ticket, which is £5. Let's just have a little look at that. You get the Exhibition Centre as well. I think normally to go in the Exhibition Centre is about, I think it's £12. I think, I want to say it might be £7, but either way, it's worth it just for that. If you live near Nottingham or an hour or two away, definitely worth making the trip. The Exhibition Centre alone will blow you away. I've got a few videos on the channel if you want to have like a preview. What's great about the Exhibition Centre is it's not like a museum where they've got items out and that's pretty much it for years and years. They change the models around. They create new displays. I mean, I know museums do that as well, but you get where I'm coming from. Like, I've been twice this year within 3 months, and there were loads of new different things that I'd never seen before. As they're bringing out new models, and obviously they're painting the new models for 40k, Horus Heresy, and Age of Sigmar, and Forge World and stuff. What they're doing is they're then putting those painted models that they use in the codexes and the art books and things into the displays as well. So they're constantly updating it and having a great rotation of models and displays and things. I can't recommend it enough. Anyway, enough about my gushing. Let's go over to Games Workshop. So, the big pre-orders and things this weekend is finally Mythic No More, the MYPHITIC Blight-HAULER. It's here to pre-order right here. Let's get into it. So, you've got this week's Death Guard pre-orders, this week's Primaris pre-orders. Would have been nice if they saved you £5 each. That would have been a really great thing. As it stands, don't save you any money by doing that. It's just easier to click pre-order one thing as opposed to pre-order two. That's all it's doing. It's saving you a couple of seconds, if that. I really wish that Games Workshop would hop on board with the discounts and things that Forge World sometimes do by buying bundles and things. That would be great, and sales would just go up because of that. They're in a good position now at the moment. Let's have a look at the Primaris pre-orders first of all, which is the easy to build Primaris Redemptor Dreadnought. Now, I did a review of the original multi-pose kit. This is a mono-pose because these are all easy to build, and they've only got this weapon loadout. So if you're after a Gatling cannon, you know, a heavy Gatling cannon and a normal Gatling cannon on the fist, that's not going to happen, guys. For the £25, you are getting, I think, 12 parts to this. It's in coloured plastic, so that means that you can just clip it all together. Don't necessarily need to glue it, and then it's on the battlefield, you know, straight away in the blue colour, in like the Ultramarines colour. You know, you can get this model on the battlefield relatively quickly and start having games for it. I had a little look at this at the Warhammer 40,000 Open Day last month, and I think it's a great model. I think they've done a really good job. There's that trade-off. It's the trade-off between getting a model for cheaper and have it limited in posability and loadout, or paying the extra £15 and having that multi-pose ability. Personally, I'd pay more money, but I like the fact that they've done this as well, because that other Redemptor I thought was probably, if I want to say, the best release out of the whole of the Primaris range when they released them. For £40 as well, I was expecting that to be $45, $50, because it is bigger than a Leviathan Dreadnought at the end of the day, guys. So you're getting a lot of model for your money. So this model here, £25, I think that's pretty decent, considering that sort of like a normal Dreadnought, which is quite limited in its pose as well, is I think about the same money. It might be a little bit more. So this is what you're getting: the Gatling cannon, the flamer. I think that they are the frag launchers, I want to say. Let's just have a little look. Does it say? Yeah, Fragstorm grenade launcher. So yeah, I think the multi-pose kit, you can get the storm bolters in instead. But there you go, that's the redemptor dreadnought. Nice that it gives you an option, £25 for the easy to build kit or 40 for the multi-pose. Let's have a look at the other Primaris, which are the aggressors. Someone's mentioned to me before, and I totally agree with the person, that are there actually any aggressors in a firing pose? No, I don't think there are. They're all sort of wandering about in these silly poses. They look very cumbersome. There's not really any action poses. They're sort of, you know, just milling about, and they shouldn't be, because they with the power fist they should be up there close with the enemy, especially these ones with the flamers. I just think they are let down with their poses. But there you go, £20. I think the multi-pose kit, which isn't really that multi-pose in a way, is I think it's £10 more. I think it's £30, and all you're doing is you're getting the launchers and the bolt storm cannons instead of these flamers. But I don't have the flamer version, so I think I'll probably just buy this set, and that's me done for aggressors. But yeah, there you go, £20. I think it's only one sprue that you get for your £20, so there you go. Again, same coloured plastic, so it's nice that they give you that option as well, and it works out at about £6 odd a model, which isn't too bad. Let's have a look at my favourite pre-order up for today. Is the easy to build MYPHITIC Blight-HAULER. Wow, I've been waiting for this model for such a long time. £15. Doesn't break the bank. Yeah, it'd be great if it was £10, but £15, I think that's fine. For a model this size, it's similar in size to the fetid bloat drone. It's one monopose, it's one sprue. I think it's 13 parts in total there. Such a cute looking tank, if I'm allowed to say that. Its lore and its backstory and things is pretty disgusting what it does on the battlefield, but it's a lovely model in my opinion. I really like the look of this thing. It's got the missile launcher and the multi-melter, and then it's got a couple of other like little rules and things. It doesn't get slower. It's quite fast as well. It doesn't get slower as it takes damage. It doesn't, you know, its damage output isn't affected. Really cool looking model, and my favourite Death Guard release. I mean, Mortarion does come a close second, I have to say. Yeah, this is great that it's just rounded off these releases. And then let's have a look at the final pre-order for this weekend, which is the easy to build Lord Felthius and Tainted Cohort. Now this is £25. That's alright. I would have preferred it at 20. However much you may dislike this guy's grinning face, and he does look very manic, you know, which you'd sort of expect to have on, you know, Nurglings and little creatures and demons and things like that as well. But in some of the novels, it does actually outline this kind of manic sort of faces and things that Nurgle and Death Guard have. So the point I'm trying to make is you are getting a Lord of Contagion in there. Despite his 40mm base, he does feel a bit intimidated by the Dark Imperium Lord of Contagion with his big old 50mm base or whatever it is. But still, even though he's on this small Terminator base, he is a Lord of Contagion with this Man Reaper, and you do get your 3 Blight Lord Terminators. I do think there's a lot going on on their bases, but when you bundle them in with your normal squad of 5, they're really going to look like they belong in that squad. Even if you just pick one of those. Weapon wise, not the best, just the standard combi bolters, or just bolters really, aren't they? And yeah, the axe is great, but would have liked them to give you a full commitment of multi-melter, combi melter, or combi plasma for both of those guys. And they're in a similar sort of pose, both looking in the same direction, both got their weapons in the same place. Very similar models, and instead of the tentacles, you got the bones. You know, I'm not sure all that tentacle works. I think that's too much tentacle. Don't ever go full tentacle if you Nurgle. And again, with this bone spire, I'm not really sure that works. I think it would have looked better in the sort of brown colour. But hey, I'm not heavy metal. What do I know? You know, they've obviously gone for this this aesthetic for this set. And then this guy here, this bug guy, he's going to look great next to that other bug type Blight Lord Terminator with this. I want to say Death Spewer. I want to say that it's that, but it'll probably tell me right here. Yeah, combi bolters, bale sword, combi bolters, bubotic axe, and a plague spitter. Okay, so there you go. Not a plague spear is a smaller one, plague spitter is a bigger one. So this one has 26 components. I think it's, I want to say 3 sprues. So there you go, 3 sprues, 26 pieces, easy to build, and they're £25. Not too bad if you want to buff up your 5 Blightlord Terminators, especially with that extra heavy weapon there. So that's it for the Death Guard, and that sort of rounds up the Death Guard. Who knows if there are going to be any more releases for them. With the advent of Chaos Demons coming next month, or maybe February, I think it is next month though, in the new year they said. I mean, the Codex is all done. We're definitely going to see newer models for demons, and obviously specifically Nurgle demons, so hopefully they'll fit in with the aesthetic to the Death Guard as well, and you'll be able to summon them in. There'll be something in the Chaos Demons Codex about that. So that's pretty much all the pre-orders. There was another pre-order that went up as well. Well, I did look at these earlier, which are the combat cards. Now, I'm going to do a video. I want to do a video next week about combat cards. I remember as a small child having combat cards, and I think subliminally that's one of the main reasons why I'm into this hobby, is because I had cards that had pictures of the models. You know, nowadays these pictures, they look more of an advert for the range. You'll understand when I do the video and I'll release that, but I do have some combat cards banging around, and I'm going to have to find them and do this video for you, because I think you'll find it really interesting. But yeah, those combat cards, they were on order, they weren't on order earlier this morning, but yeah, you can pre-order them too. All of these Dark Angels are still up for pre-order, but they've actually, I think, come out today. I want to say, because I did my pre-order video, yeah, ships within 24 hours, but they did actually come out today. And I think that would be the Fabius Bile book as well. So pre-orders today is the combat cards and the Death Guard pre-orders, and then the Primaris pre-orders too. So that's it for my pre-order video today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Put it in the comments below what you've pre-ordered. No need to put where's Sly Marbo, because he's not up for pre-order. He'll just be available in the shop and on the web store next weekend, I believe. In the White Dwarf, it didn't have a pre-order date for him, but it did have a release date of the 23rd. So even more of a reason to pop into the local Games Workshop and pick him up too. Anyway, what are you most looking forward to? What have you ordered yourself for Christmas, or what have other people? What have you asked other people to order you for Christmas? Whether it be Forge World, Games Workshop, just Warhammer related. Put it in the comments below as always. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.